As a Christian, it is essential to evaluate the principles and policies of any political party to determine whether they align with biblical values. Unfortunately, the Liberal Democratic Party's stance on various issues raises significant concerns for Christians. One of the primary reasons Christians cannot trust Liberal Democrats is their stance on abortion. The Democratic Party has consistently supported and advocated for the right to abortion, often using euphemisms like reproductive rights or women's health to downplay the moral implications of this issue. However, from a Christian perspective, abortion is a grave sin that involves the taking of an innocent human life. The Bible teaches that life begins at conception, and every human being is created in the image of God. Psalm 139:13-14, Jeremiah 1:5. Therefore, Christians have a moral obligation to protect the unborn and promote a culture of life. In contrast, Liberal Democrats have shown a callous disregard for human life, supporting policies that allow for late-term abortions and even infanticide. This fundamental difference in values makes it challenging for Christians to trust Liberal Democrats to represent their interests. Another reason Christians cannot trust Liberal Democrats is their promotion of LGBTQ+ ideology. While Christians are called to love and respect all individuals, regardless of their sexual orientation, the Democratic Party's support for LGBTQ+ activism often involves the erosion of traditional biblical values. The party's platform advocates for policies that undermine religious freedom, such as forcing businesses to participate in same-sex weddings or compelling individuals to use preferred pronouns. These policies infringe upon the conscience rights of Christians, who are commanded to live according to biblical principles. Furthermore, Liberal Democrats often demonstrate hostility towards Christian values and traditions. For instance, they have sought to remove references to God from public life, such as the Pledge of Allegiance or the national motto. They have also targeted Christian businesses and organizations, seeking to coerce them into complying with secular values that contradict their faith. The Democratic Party's intolerance for dissenting views, particularly on issues like marriage and sexuality, has created a culture of fear and intimidation, where Christians are reluctant to express their opinions or live out their faith in public. In addition to these concerns, Liberal Democrats have shown a lack of commitment to religious freedom, both domestically and internationally. They have supported policies that restrict the ability of Christians to practice their faith, such as the Johnson Amendment, which prohibits churches from engaging in political activity. They have also been slow to respond to global persecution of Christians, often prioritizing other human rights concerns over the freedom to worship. This lack of concern for religious liberty is troubling, given the biblical command to render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, Mark 12:17, which implies that Christians have a right to participate in the public square and advocate for their values. Finally, the Liberal Democratic Party's economic policies often contradict biblical principles of stewardship and responsibility. The party's support for socialism and big government programs such as Medicare for All and the Green New Deal involves a significant expansion of government power and a corresponding increase in taxes. While Christians are called to care for the poor and vulnerable, the Bible also teaches the importance of individual responsibility, hard work, and wise stewardship of resources. 2 Thessalonians 3:10, Proverbs 10:4. The Democratic Party's economic policies often incentivize dependency on government rather than encouraging personal initiative and self-reliance. In conclusion, as a Christian, it is difficult to trust Liberal Democrats due to their stance on abortion, LGBTQ+ ideology, hostility towards Christian values, lack of commitment to religious freedom, and flawed economic policies. While Christians are called to love and respect all individuals, regardless of their political affiliations, they must also be discerning about the values and principles that guide their representatives. By understanding the significant differences between Christian values and Liberal Democratic policies, Christians can make informed decisions about who to trust and support in the public square.